Hello, everyone, and thank you for visiting and joining us for another one of TOYA'S Spiritual Tea Time. We appreciate you guys. We hope we helping you guys, know the Bible, know how to pray, use some words. I'm still practicing with my words, listening to what other people say, but then God give me my unique style, my unique talk, my unique, learning, wisdom, and knowledge to put it out there so everybody else can, put themselves out there, and be authentic from someone who has been following other people to the authenticity of following ourselves the righteous way, and get our land and build our generational wealth, as we all should. It's enough land, money, and everything for everyone, like I said. Now let's go to the prayer and go read our Bible. Last time I know I was on 16 minutes. I be trying, y'all, to stay under 10. And some I'll be able to stay under 10, and some, I just go over a little bit. Hope you guys stick with me to the end. I love y'all. Thank you. I appreciate it. Namaste, namaste to everyone under the sound of my holy voice, my holy words that will become flesh. Remember in in the Gospel of John, the first chapter, God's word became flesh. So no, everything that we speak, we can create, we can manifest. We have to believe it. We have to be in that mode of feeling, of believing. We just can't say something and in our minds doubting it. No, everything have to be aligned with each other. You know what I'm saying? So understand, all your words become flesh, we manifest them. So we have to watch out what we manifest. Sometimes we can be thinking things and bring bad on ourselves. So let's just, be careful on how we think and how we put things out here, because everything we do affect us or it affects someone else. I'm sorry, guys. I had the fan on me, got a little chilly. Okay, so the words will become flesh, creating God's truth and favor all around the world. So when God said, let there be light, let there be animals, let there, all what he said, things just start appearing just as he said. But he was lined up. You know what I'm saying? He had no doubt in what he was saying. Everything he said came to pass and is still doing it today. Peace, love, and harmony to all who dare to on purpose believe in magic. The magic of God's unexplainable mercy, grace, and truth to all who believe in his state of spiritual beings who's experiencing the miracle experiences of a source higher than ourselves and the government system of wickedness. When we learn and accept to walk in the true righteousness, hope, and faith, then we willingly learn to accept the path of God's will that is pleasing to the Lord and not to men of wicked truth. We must remember who we are and what we are to be doing in this space and time given us as a gift from God. We come down here and we learn how to do things worldly. We have to do a 360 and turn all that around and, start, meditating on good, thinking on good, trying to get good, they tell us we have to pay all these things, but it's good in that because we have to learn how we don't have to pay these things and do a piece of paper and they monetize it and turn it into money, and then we can invest in our trust, put our children in our trust, our assets in our trust, we do things their way keep us enslaved, keep us broken, full of diseases, eating what they say we eat, it's a lot of things we have to practice on our own. We have been taught wrong, and it's okay because like Papa Duck say, you must first be lost in order to be found. And that's even in the Bible, about the shepherd who lost his sheep. And if he got 100 sheep and one go missing, will he not go look for that sheep? So we have to practice to turn everything around, and make it all good and fit with the rest of the unity of God's people who know better, who don't want to stand for this, all this stuff going on. And we focus on the heaven and everything above and allow us to experience such things in the natural that the spirit couldn't fathom with the spirit man only. So it's really an honor too, on top of what we're going through, having to believe in spite of the chaos, the havoc that's going on, being created, that this is a good thing. The spirit get to come here and get inside this avatar and experience such things. And I put right here, though it hurts, sometimes the pressure of death that another man can put on another to benefit themselves, we must, in the midst of, remember that God is real, God is present, God is here, no matter what. No matter what. You have to go within yourself and just keep telling yourself, repeating, if I can't pay this light bill, if I can't pay this gas bill, if, people left you in turmoil or you think you can't make it. No, go within all that trouble and tell yourself, I can make it. I can make it. Lord, help me make it. Help me reach my higher self. Help me get to where it is I need to be in this realm. Because this is not our first time visiting this realm, or being here on this plane. Reincarnation of our spirits, Everybody will have to do their research because I'm learning. Everyone have to wake up and learn. And when you wake up and remember and learn, then it's nothing nobody could teach us that we shouldn't be doing, that spirit is not going to prove in. And when spirits say no, trust me, spirit got a way of escape for us. Always. Always. So right now we're going to go to Daniel. And these are some ancient words that, I have to work on saying. But if you want to read it for yourself, you go to Daniel 1, and we just going to read the whole thing. So it says, the title is Daniel's Training in Babylon. In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord delivered Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into the hands, along with some of the articles from the Lord's temple of God. These he carried off to the temple of his God into Babylon, and put in the treasures of his house of gods. Then the king ordered Aspians, the chief of his court officials, to bring in some of the Israelites from the royal family and nobility, young men without any physical defect, handsome, showing attributes for every kind of learning, well informed, quick to understand, and qualified to serve in the kingdom's palace. He was to teach them the language and literature of the Babylonians. The king assigned them a daily amount of food, wine from the king's table. There they were to be trained for 3 years, and after that they were to enter the king's service. So as we see, we have been besieged. If we've been here for 7 million years, and the enemy been here for 45, we've been trapped, we've been conquered, and we've been taught the ways of the wicked. Okay? We've been taught the ways of the wicked. So sometimes we can't understand what's going on or understand why, but we need to get to the point to understand why and how to get out of certain things that we've been taught to be into. Okay? So, Okay, and they entered the king's service. Entered the king's service. Among these were some of Judah's. Among these were some from Judah. These it's so little, and these not my glasses for real, and I gotta really focus. These words are so little. Okay, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. The chief officials gave them new names. To Daniel, the name Bezazar. To Hananiah, Shadrach. To Mishael, Meshach. And to Azariah and Abednego. But Daniel resolved not to defile himself with the royal food and wine. And he asked the chief official for permission not to defile himself this way. So Daniel didn't want to defile himself with the things that we learn of this world, and he wanted to continue to learn it the spiritual way, God's way, you know? And it's not many of them who was doing that. And it's not many who want to live God's way today. You know, it's a lot of people who want to stay asleep, who want people to rule over them and tell them what to do and treat them like a dog. You know, and then it's just some people who just, want to do it the right way because that's just the right way to do. Now, God had caused the officials to show favor and sympathy to Daniel, but the officials told Daniel, I am afraid of my lord the king, who has assigned your food and drink. Why should he see you looking worse than the other young men your age? The king would then have my head because of you. Daniel, and a lot of us fear to come from the government, in such ways where we can get out of being oppressed, with this money stuff. It's certain, ways we can do things and not be so oppressed and be more on the gentle side happy, like the billionaires. Daniel then said to the guard, whom the chief officials had appointed over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, please test your servants for 10 days. Give us nothing but vegetables to eat and water to drink. Then compare our appearance with that of the young men who eat the choice royal food of the king, and treat your servants in accordance with what you see. So he agreed to do this and tested them for 10 days. At the end of the 10 days, they looked healthier and better nourished than any of the young men who ate the royal food. So the guard took away their choice food and wine that the king had gave them to drink and eat, and gave them vegetables instead. To these 4 young men, God gave knowledge and understanding and all kinds of literature and learning. And Daniel could understand visions and dreams of all kinds. See, when we do it God's way, God will show us visions and dreams of all kinds that we can build on. We can build our family on, our children, their children, and on, and we would just unite in unity together and do these things and listen to the Spirit of God. When we follow God, we can go no wrong. It's no wrong. It's no wrong. At the end of the time set by the king to bring them in, the chief officials presented them to the king. The king talked with them, and he found none equal to Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. So they entered the king's service. They was given favor, and we given favor when we go learn and stick with God and not with the world and how the world do things. We have to do things the way God say do things. Listen to your spirit. Close your eyes. Come from this realm and relax. Think. You know, think of all good, and God will meet you there. In every matter of wisdom and understanding about which the king questioned them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and enchanters in his whole kingdom. And Daniel remained there until the first year of King Cyrus. Okay? So we're going to be encouraged and know when we serve God, God serve us. Okay? Our higher self. Let's get there. Let's wake up. Wake up, God's people. I love y'all and thank you for visiting with us again. Meet you on another Toya Spiritual Tea Time.